Hello, this is Nathan Taylor with TaylorWebs.com and BlendClub.com, and today's going to be a quick tutorial on Blender 2.5 simulating cloths. It's just a basic cloth. I'm just learning cloths. I'm fairly new to Blender, but I love making tutorials, so I'm going to make tutorials as I learn and post them on my BlendClub profile. If you haven't heard of BlendClub, BlendClub.com is pretty much like a Blender. It's pretty much like a Facebook type website made specifically for Blender. You have like members and you can upload photos and videos and blogs, forums, stuff like that. But I'm just gonna dig right into the tutorial. So I'm using Blender 2.5. And it's just going to be a simple cloth. Nothing super fancy. I'm just going to delete the cube that was there to begin with. And I'm going to Control A. Shift A rather, sorry, still learning 2.5. First we're going to add what the cloth's going to hit, because the cloth is going to fall onto an object and then wrap around the object as it hits the object. So we're going to use a UV sphere, and I'm just going to smooth it. So there's a sphere that the cloth's going to hit, and we'll just keep that centered in the frame. It's fine. And I'm just going to give it a quick color. Nothing fancy, no textures. It's not a texture tutorial, it's a simple cloth tutorial. So I'm just going to color this ball with a nice red color. So now we just have a red ball. And the cloth is going to be a plane which is going to fall on it. So let's just add a plane, which will be the cloth. And I'm going to scale it up. So this cloth is going to end up falling down onto this object. So we want to put it above so it will fall onto the object. I'm just going to bring it down for right now just to see it. Now we want to subdivide this. Because right now, if we made it a cloth, it wouldn't move because there's no. If we go into edit mode, it's just 4 points like that. So if we go into edit mode and push W and subdivide, that as a cloth wouldn't work that well either. There's only 4 different pieces that would move, so it would just look like nothing like a cloth. So we're going to subdivide a few times. Obviously, the more times you subdivide, the better the cloth will look, and the longer it will take to render and preview. So I'm just going to subdivide it one more time. So it looks like this. It's pretty well subdivided. The cloth will look okay, but not perfect. But we can go ahead and go out of edit mode. And I'm going to bring that cloth up a little bit. But I want it to start in view, so I'm going to bring it about right there. So when you start it, the cloth will still be in view. Again, I'm going to add a color to this, nothing special. I'm just going to color it blue to be a nice contrast against that red. Then we're just going to head over. Which one is it? Still learning this. Oh, right here. The physics. And we're going to make this a cloth. We're going to just add cloth. And we can just keep the presets just like that. If you'd notice, if we were just to play the animation, that cloth is just going to fall, and when it hits the ball, it's about to do, it just goes straight through the ball. That's not what we want. We want, when it hits the ball, we want the cloth to wrap around the ball as a real cloth would. So let's bring that back up. To do that, it's very simple. Let's just right click on the ball to select it and add collision. We can just leave the default settings and click on the cloth and add a collision. And we can keep the default settings for that as well. Now if we push Alt A, as the cloth falls, it should in real time hit that ball and wrap around. which is exactly what it's doing right there. So that's just a simple cloth that will fall down onto an object. I'm gonna go ahead and lower this to about, I don't want to take forever rendering it. I say by frame like what, 50, it's already over it, so I'm just gonna bring it to 100 frames. Just be a short video. Or let's say actually 120, just to make it an even amount of seconds, because it's gonna be 30 frames per second. So yeah, that's pretty much a simple cloth. Actually, I'm gonna bring that down to 90. That'd be a 3-second video. So I'm gonna head over to render, bring the resolution up, and I have not found this yet. Oh, right here, frames per second. Let's go with 30. And I'm just gonna render it out, and yeah, so I'm just gonna do an AVI raw and change the output. And I'm gonna render it. I'll pause the video while I'm rendering it and then show you the final product. Okay, now it's been rendered and here's the final video. As you can see, the cloth does not look perfect. If you want it to look perfect, you could subsurf it maybe a couple more times, but it would take a lot longer to render or preview because there's a lot more faces and it takes a lot more time to compute, for Blender to compute and process. But thanks for watching that tutorial, and once again, head on over to Blend Club. Blend Club, again, is pretty much like a Facebook, but for Blender people. It's for Blender people. People post their own work. And you can post stuff like files that other people can share, and you can upload videos, which is where this video is going. So, thanks for watching, and expect more tutorials to come.